Hello and welcome to A&E TV. Today we're joined by Claudio Tesauro, the chairman of the board for Save the Children Italy. Hello, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And you're here in Dubai to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of your partnership with Bvlgari. What can you tell us about the partnership and how it's developed over the 10 years?
Well, I mean, it has been an incredible partnership. I think one of the most relevant partnerships we have ever seen between a luxury brand and non-profit organization. Everything started 10 years ago when Bvlgari decided to launch a partnership to celebrate its 125th anniversary, and since then it has been a very successful one. Not only in terms of the money that we could fundraise, but more in terms of the number of programs that we could develop, over 100, almost in every country in the world, reaching out over 1.5 million children, providing them education, care, support, teaching them a job to enter into the society, being close to them in times of emergency like the earthquake in Haiti, for example.
Okay. And are there any milestone moments over the 10 years of the partnership that kind of stand out to you as really important or crucial ones that happened?
There's been many moments, and this one I think is very significant. The launching of this campaign in this region with the support of the Dubai resort is another milestone that shows how the company has been involved in working with us, and the support that we have received at any level of the company. And I think the next goal is to achieve $100 million as a fundraise to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Save the Children, which happens this year. So that's the next step. Okay.
And I was actually going to ask you, obviously it's been 10 years already, what would you like to do over the next 10 years?
Well, I think we can increase the level of awareness of what we're doing, increase the number of people that are supporting us, making our intervention even more effective, and spread a culture of how a partnership between a luxury brand and a non-profit organization could be beneficial to the future generation of the world. Okay.
And obviously we've seen this amazing campaign that you're doing here in the Middle East. What's the message that you're trying to portray with that, and how would you like it to be received?
The message is simple. We owe a future to our kids, and we have to give them hope, support, education, and make sure that each of them has a chance to play its future in the correct way. I think it is unacceptable that the future of a child may depend from the place he is born. And it is totally unacceptable that too many children are still dying today before the age of 5 for causes that are still easy to fight. So I think we have to move on. I think we have a great challenge before us, but I also think we can make it. We ought to try it.
Okay. And what about in the region? What do you think Save the Children can do to help children in the region, and are there any particular projects that you're working on in the Middle East?
We're working on several projects. The idea of Save the Children is that the projects are developed according to the local needs. What we're doing, for example, in Syria and in the refugee camp of Zaatari together with Bvlgari is extremely nice and interesting. We built there 4 kindergartens for children in a camp that by definition is temporary. There you have an island of color and joy to support the growth of those children that have been deprived from their essential needs.
And obviously we've seen the piece of jewelry that was designed for the campaign. Were you involved in that design, and how do you think it's
everybody has to do his job. We know how to help children, and Bvlgari knows how to design
make their jewelry.
So the best possible partnership is when everybody does what is best at. But all the jewelry that Bvlgari has designed so far for Save the Children, starting from the first silver ring to the old collection, have always been extremely successful, and that has promoted the partnership to a very high level.
Okay. And what first inspired you to dedicate your life to charity and helping children?
It's funny. It happened by coincidence. At a certain point, I always liked children.
Yeah.
At a certain point, somebody has asked me whether I wanted to join the board of Save the Children. That was in 2004. And I thought it was nice. I mean, I'm a lawyer by profession,
Okay.
in a large law firm. And I thought that coupling my professional experience with an experience in the non-profit would have been nice.
Okay.
And then at a certain point there was a need to renew the board, and they asked me to become chairman. And I thought I can't, I don't have enough time. And I knew that that year I was going to Vietnam to adopt my first child. And then the Director General convinced me, and he said, think about how nice is the story that one day you can tell your child that the year you went to pick him up in Vietnam is also the year that you became the president of Save the Children. Yeah. And he convinced me with his romantic idea, and since then it was a great love. I think it has been the most enrichful experience I've ever done. I was lucky to be able to work together with Save the Children.
Okay, and what would you say is the most rewarding part of your job?
Whenever you see that your intervention has been capable of changing the life of a kid, whether that is because you're helping the mother to be good mothers or mothers that want to have a child, or whether you help a child getting out of malnutrition, or whenever you see a child that could be educated and play his future. I remember one time I was traveling with Bvlgari in Uganda with a celebrity to visit the project. And there was this local Ugandese young man who was telling Ben Stiller about the program Save the Children was running in the country together with Bvlgari. And then Ben Stiller asked him, and do you think this works? And the guy looks at him and says, yes, I'm one of the children that attended the program. So that is the best possible...
Seeing them go on to have amazing lives and achieve things.
That's the example of something that did work. That child was happy, having a good job, totally integrated to the society, and ready to tell in English to a star how good the program is. That's
amazing.
The perfect example and that I've seen.
Okay, and what about the biggest challenge? What's the most challenging thing that you have to deal with?
Well, today we live in a moment of great tension against migration has become a strong political issue, and the role of the NGO has always been under scrutiny. I think that that should not influence our activity. We have to keep on going straight to protect children's rights, just make sure that we are as transparent as it needs to be, and our results are easy to measure, visible and concrete.
Okay. And what about technology and social media? How has that kind of helped your mission with Save the Children?
Well, it helps our mission in the sense that it helps spreading around the awareness of what we're doing. Of course, we all know that there is a complex side of social media we will have to face. For us, that's the same. It changes a bit the way you talk to people, you reach out to people, but it is also an incredible tool in the sense of the level of awareness that you could possibly raise through social media. So it is for us a very essential way of talking to people.
Okay, and obviously, you know, we talk about the positive things that come out of what you do, but there's obviously negatives in the sense that these children have problems in the first place. How do you keep your team and the people around you motivated in your role when you have to deal with such tragic things?
That's a very good question. I remember the first time I visited the project myself, I was mostly concerned about our staff and the fact that they were exposed to this continuous challenge. We give support to them in different ways, and we are very professional. So this is also the reason why I think that you need professional when you go on the field to deal with children. Volunteers can do many other things, but the moment that you are talking about project that you need to implement with children, you need a high level of professionals.
Yeah.
And those professionals need to get support, because there must be a moment also for them to heal up after what you've seen. I still carry with me images of things I've seen in my trips around the world, which I will never forget, and they changed my life for sure.
On the positive side, what is it that motivates you most in what you do?
I think we owe children a future, and while I don't think that we can give all of them a future, we have to give all of them a chance to play the future, like the one we had. I was a lucky boy. I got a proper education and I could get the job I wanted. And I think all the others should have the same possibility. It is totally unfair that the destiny of a child could depend from the place he's born. And investing in the future of the children is investing in our future. So it's as simple as that.
Okay. And is there anything that you'd still like to achieve that you haven't had the chance to do yet?
Many things. That would be a long list, fortunately, which makes my life still very interesting, with many challenges still to face.
Okay. And what's the motto that you live by?
I don't have a motto. I think that you have to live day by day, putting your profession and your skills in what you're capable of doing, but just catch the beauty of every day. Okay,
and what's the biggest lesson that you've learned since working with Save the Children, would you say?
The biggest lessons I've learned is that everybody could give back, no matter where you are and what you do.
Okay.
There's always something that you could give back, and the importance of giving back is essential, and it makes the world running the right way.
Okay. And are you reading a book at the moment?
I just finished a book on the life of Bvlgari, who is the founder of Save the Children 100 years ago.
Okay, wow.
It's called The Children of Our Enemy, because when she created the Save the Children Fund in 1919, she did it to help the kids in Germany and Austria who were dying of starving and famine after World War I. And what was incredible is that she launched that campaign in a very unique way in England, asking to English people who had lost many people during the war to support the children of their enemies.
Oh, wow.
So it was not only an incredible cause, but was very unpopular at that time.
And a very unusual way to do it.
She was very inspiring. So I just took it on the plane to come here, and I could read it. And I have to say that it was very interesting to me to see that many of the characteristics of our organization today find their reasons in the history of the organization over 100 years ago. Okay, cool. So you still carried that through to today. And for a final question, how would you, for people at home that want to get involved in Save the Children and the campaign as well, what would you suggest they do? What's the easiest way? As I said before, I think there is much room to help us carrying out our job. First of all, everybody should do it according to the way they feel they could do it. I think you get into charity bringing your own experience and your capacity, and that's a very important thing. And support our campaign as much as you can in different ways, from local fundraising to communication to awareness. There are lots of ways you can help us, and we need that. Claudio, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you. Thank you, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Thanks.